Hi, Bonsai Iligan here. I'm the one filming. I am together with my gardener and bonsai handler, Dudong Alakri. Okay, now I will work on this limeberry. This is an old limeberry wherein I made my first video entitled "How to Make Your Trunk Look Fatter." So, okay, if you notice, that's the trunk. We have attained that objective. However, I had other problems aside from, in spite of the achievement of this trunk enlargement. There's a branch behind which is cascading, which I wanted to enlarge as well. So what I did is to cut off the apex and also another branch. Okay, there is a branch there. Okay, the branch is this one. Hey, hopefully that can be seen. Okay, so I cut off that branch in order to reduce its growth, and so that this cascading branch, that one will catch up. And fortunately, we have now, that branch is already thick enough. See, it's quite proportion to the trunk. So we have attained that objective as well. So now we are going to go back to the root training, because this tree has been planted in this colander and planted also in this pot and wasn't. And that was just, we are supposed to cut the roots outside the colander, but we were not able to do that. I have only cut off that once, and that was about 2 years ago. So I mean, in 2 years time I have just cut it off once. I should have cut it more frequently. Okay, so sige dong. So we will try to now remove the, okay, see, there's a big root ball. Okay. There's a big root ball outside the major pot. That's even outside the flower pot. So I expect that there are more also outside the colander, because the colander is inside the pot. So we will remove all of that, and we will remove the, oh, oh. See, and then we will remove the colander from the pot if we can. So anyway, see, the colander is already very brittle, and so maybe we'll have to work inside the work table. Okay, so we might as well bring that to the work table. Okay, now we are planning to put that limeberry into that small pot, glaze pot, a little bit quite dirty. Now I choose the glaze pot because fruiting that's fitted for a fruiting tree, and also I can put that inside my house to decorate the house when it's fruiting. So anyway, the way to do that is we will be cutting a lot of roots from that colander, and then we will also cut the canopy. We also reduce the canopy. Sige dong, palihog down. So that's the trunk, and that's the canopy. Wala na akong oh, so we have so much roots there. So Dudong will try to comb that out. See how much roots there is outside the colander. We will not be using the colander again because we will have to transfer that in that small pot. We have to crumb it up in that small pot, and probably we will be taking so much, more than 50% of the roots. Anyway, the key there for the plant to survive is to cut also at the top, the canopy, so that it will also reduce its moisture demand. So that is how much root there is.
Putlong na sir.
Putlo ng gamot. So we will now be cutting the roots outside the colander, but that's not the only roots that we're going to cut. We will remove that limeberry tree in that colander and then try to fit it in the glaze pot. So we now have cut the outside roots, and then we will try to remove that limeberry in that colander. Okay. So that colander could not be reused. So Dudong again will comb the root ball of that limeberry, and hopefully we can fit in that root ball, the new root ball, into the glaze pot. That's the new root ball. I think we have to cut some more. So I think we need to remove some more. The glaze pot has still a wire on, an anchor wire on, because that is actually our usual process. Because when we water our plants, we water them in quite a pressurized hose. Because there's so many, we have to water fast. So put some soil dong, initial soil. So you need to put some initial soil. We are using because we are confident that this can still grow, and we didn't fertilize this for quite a time. So, but do not imitate this, because the soil might have some fertilizer residues, and it can burn your new roots. But in this case, the roots are quite stabilized, and it's not actually starting from zero. We have already a root ball, and we will just be continuing it. So now Dudong is anchoring it. Then we will try to see its position, if it's okay in this. Anyway, this is no problem. We will just plant this even at the center, no problem. pull the wires individually before twisting them. So that's the canopy, a cascading one, and actually the apex and that other branch will eventually catch up, because the apex will always grow faster than that cascading branch. So now Dudong has anchored it and will be putting additional soil and trimming off some excess roots. So we have removed, in my estimate, about 50% of the roots. So we can also remove, not exactly 50% at the top. So Dudong is now adding soil. Tanaw ko na to ang roots sa kadaghanan dong katong nakuha dong. Okay. So that is the amount of roots that we have taken off. So that's about, as I've said, 50%, and we still have removed from the clay pot. So basically that's it. So we will remove also at the top. Okay, also about 50% or less. Okay. So we have to remove also foliages from the canopy. Also about 50%. So this is part of energy balancing. So this is very thorny, so I have to be really careful here. So Dudong will press the soil more into the pot and in between the roots. Hopefully this will also I got pricked. I think I have removed already about 40%, and I just have to remove a little bit more, just a little bit more. And what I'm trying to do is to balance the energy. energy balancing from the roots versus the canopy. Because the canopy will require moisture, and we need moisture from the roots, and you have cut about 50% of the roots, so better if you also cut about 50% of the canopy. But not necessarily, because I would like, if I'm doing energy balancing, I would like to have the leaves a little bit more, because it is the leaves which produces the growth hormone for the roots. And if you still have that leaves or foliages, you will encourage the root to grow more, because of that growth hormone which will be produced by the leaves. So I think I have removed enough already. And so this will go to the seed for a while, maybe for about a week. So we'll give you a 360.
Tuyok na po dong. Samtang gabuko ka dong.
So that's it. My first video was tutorial on how to make your trunk look fatter, and in this case I can see that we have accomplished that. And then, aside from making the trunk look fatter, although it is uglier now, it's fatter, you have attained that objective, but it's uglier not, but this will still become beautiful. This can become beautiful in due time. And another thing which I have accomplished is that I have increased the thickness of that cascading branch, which is supposedly also the first branch. If you remember what I did before, I hacked that. There was a large apical trunk also, which I cut first, and then now I have also cut the remaining apex and okay, so this is it. Work by my gardener, bonsai handler, Dodong Alakri. Okay. So hope you enjoyed, and thanks for watching.